Welcome to the No Limits podcast, where breakthrough strategies in therapeutic education help neurodivergent children learn, connect, and grow in powerful new ways.
Hi, and welcome to the No Limits podcast for children with unique abilities. My name is Laura Jocelyn. I'm the CEO of Ability Plus Therapy. I'm also the co-founder of No Limits Academy, and I'm the co-founder of No Limits Method. Today I have a special guest with me. It's actually a graduate of No Limits Academy, and this is Dyani Peterson.
Hello.
I will have her tell you all about who she is and the wonderful, amazing things that she's done in her life. She doesn't let her disability get her down at all. Like, she has succeeded, and it just makes me just so proud to know you, Dyani.
Yeah.
It really does. Your perseverance is admirable, to say the least. So why don't you tell our little audience here who you are? Like, who is Dyani? Where did Dyani come from? All about you and your wonderfulness.
So I'm Dyani. I am, as Miss Laura stated, I'm the third graduate of No Limits Academy. I was born with a muscle disorder called Arthrogryposis Multiplex Congenita, which is basically joint contractures in my arms and legs. So I don't have any mobility in my arms and legs, but as Miss Laura stated, I don't let that define me. After I graduated from No Limits Academy, I went to Eastern Florida State College to get my AA. And then from there, I went to Florida Institute of Technology to get my bachelor's in biomedical engineering.
Yep.
And currently, I am in a master's program at Biomedical College, and my major is in biomedical data science. But I'm not stopping there, and I'm planning on getting my PhD in biomedical data science, where I will be focusing on my research, where I'll be working with machine learning with rare diseases and trying to improve the clinical outcome.
Amazing! Just saying. Anyway, that is amazing. And let's talk about, like, your academics. I mean, that's
Right.
impressive. In that, we had to use a lot of technology because your K through 12 March, which is your ground
Right.
first, before you can get to all of those different levels of education. Looking back at your time at No Limits Academy, how did No Limits Method, which is how we teach here, shape your learning? And I know you see it now because of your advanced education. Looking back as a child, we were all around you, and kind of talk about the teams that are around you and how you felt that helped you now that you can see it looking backwards.
So one example I would think of when you're talking about with the teams and everything is when I had trouble manipulating graphs in math class. So with my disability, being that I can't physically manipulate objects, it's hard to connect that to my brain. So it's hard for me to be able to visualize how to flip a coin or be able to visualize how to, when it comes to geometry, how to turn a square over to one side to see its degrees. So with that, you had the therapists and the teachers come together and say, okay, we need to create a plan so Dyani can be able to understand this.
Correct.
So that way she can go on with her success, because she will need this as she becomes more successful. So you guys were able to really just come together with different therapeutic exercises and things like that to be able to help me manipulate a graph. And now I'm able to do it confidently by myself with being in my master's
Yes.
program and be able to do all the advanced math because of what I learned from the No Limits method and be able to collaborate with the therapists and teachers.
Right, and the technology.
And the technology
so,
as well.
So the technology itself, right? A lot of times, they'll underestimate someone with a disability, and we don't have a specific technology component, like a person that sits in No Limits Academy, right? But we are high tech, being Ability Plus Therapy and our therapist, we're always gravitated toward all the high tech stuff. And you gravitated toward all the high tech stuff. Every time we gave you something, you were like, let's go.
Yes.
Which we loved. And you can kind of see that, like, as she moved forward, you can see all the more high tech stuff, that she has on her chair. Talk about it too, because what I see a lot of is that lack of those coordinations between, the understanding of technology for tech people in public school systems, the understanding of, OT, PT, and, like teachers, right? Teachers are taught to teach, and, they'll stay in that lane unless they're taught something different. Therapists are taught how to do therapy unless we kind of push these two people together, and because that's how I think that you succeeded. Not only the hard work, not discounting that at all, but also the team around you, because you were a child, right? And that K through 12 march, right?
So, and you guys were able to break that down and be like, not in a discouraging way, but you guys were teaching me, like, okay, Dyani, this is how you're going to have to do this. This is like the type of posture you're going to have to be in so your head is straight. Because back then, I used to use the smart nav with the camera on the top of the computer. And I had like the headband and the sensor dot, and it was harder for me to write because I had to use all my neck muscles. But now, since I use like the Bluetooth glasses, that it's just literally glitched glasses but without the lenses, and now I'm able to take what I learned from using that technology and using this newer technology. So now I'm like, okay, I can do this because this is what I learned from when I was at No Limits. This is how I had to set my things up. This is what type of posture I need to be. This is what type of desk I need. This is what, so
all the things.
And now when I was especially going to FIT, I was able to bring that, to the accommodations office and say, hey, this is what I need in order to be successful in this degree program. So I need this type of table so that way I'm not straining my neck when looking at the teacher. I need this to be level. I need this to be able to do, and they were very accommodative. They were able to understand once I brought, what I told them about my diagnosis and these things that I needed based on what I learned from at No Limits. They were like, okay, we'll work with you. We'll make sure. And all of the teachers were very accommodative, and they were able to work with me based on.
And that's what I think. I think that people want to be. It's the how-to. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that how-to, you became your own advocate, because we didn't do any of that stuff you said at the end. We just helped you in the beginning, and technology has grown, right? But connecting all that is literally disciplining in both teachers, therapists, technology, and people that like come together around you. But that's really important. So I hope everyone out there listening understands that we don't want disabled people undervalued, right? And then people are like, well, how do I do that, right? We have that small step that we're like actually going to empower you as a teacher or a therapist or a technology person. Don't underestimate what someone can do. No Limits Academy has a lot of nonverbal children, and they may not get to Dyani's level, but they're going to get to speak to their families, right? They're going to get to pick whether they like applesauce or like, grape juice. Which is huge.
Yes.
I mean, can you imagine being fed like grape juice or apple juice and you don't like it? Don't like it? Like, hello. Like, So that's really important. We want people to have choices, which is part of our core values in No Limits. And we want to give them the ability to communicate too, right? It's just these simple things, we're not trying to overwhelm you. We'll walk you through it. So definitely check us out at www.nolimitsmethod.com. And also the merch I have on today is Dyani Speaks, which will be linked down in the wording at the bottom, and it'll tell you all about her. She speaks all over the place, so if you want her as a guest, she'd be great. Like, she will slay it. So thank you so much for today and coming to watch us on the No Limits podcast for children with unique abilities, and let's change the world together. Thank you.